Alright, so let's talk about an upcoming collaboration that could possibly even drop tonight on Valentine's Day. That's not guaranteed, that's just what the data miners and leakers are saying. It could be tonight. But regardless, it's supposed to be a Marvel Rivals and Fortnite collab. Now, we've already had a Rivals collab before. In fact, we got this skin right here, the Doom 2099. So this was a perfect replica of Dr. Doom from Marvel Rivals. And at the time, it was kind of underwhelming because, let me tell you why, we had just got 2 other Dr. Doom skins, and this came out immediately after. So people were like, we don't need another Dr. Dooms. And it was kind of overlooked, unfortunately. So it was a perfect one-to-one translation from Marvel Rivals Dr. Doom into Fortnite. It was amazing. Again, though, it just came in at an unfortunate time. Now, we also had this pickaxe right here, which is Galacta's pickaxe. So if you play Marvel Rivals, you'll know Galacta is the narrator or the announcer in every game. Pretty sweet. And lastly, we also had the Rivaled Sailor. So I love the color scheme on this, but sadly, it's, in my opinion, the worst glider type in the game. This one is just dumb. I hate this glider. I think it originated in Chapter 2. So I think, as far as I know, that was everything. A Doom skin, a Doom back bling, and then the pickaxe and the glider. So that was wave 1 of Rivals and Fortnite's collab together. So then it was leaked from the data miners that we were getting none other than Luna Snow and Magik, 2 great characters from Marvel Rivals. And let me just mention that I love Marvel Rivals. Absolutely love it. Probably my favorite new game of last year. I played the crap out of this game. And I still play it. In fact, I'm partnered with them. I get early access to the skins and the items and things like that. So if you've never seen any of my Rivals videos, be sure to check it out. I did an early gameplay of Elsa Bloodstone, who is incredibly strong as well. And it's not like I'm terrible at the game. I play ranked all the time. I've been Celestial. I'm Grandmaster 1 every single season. Sometimes I hit Celestial, sometimes not. Just depends how much I get to play. So one of my favorite newer-ish games, I put a lot of hours into it. And I only mention that because I'm sure some people will say, well, what do you know about Marvel Rivals, Tabor? Come on. So we're supposed to get Luna Snow and Magik. Well, they were leaked yesterday, and boy, oh boy, were some people disappointed. So I'm not 100% sure where this was leaked, but this is definitely official. This is confirmed to be real. It's not AI, even though one of the characters kind of looks like AI, but it's not. This is how they look. So here it is right here. We've got Luna Snow on the top and Magik on the bottom. The Magik looks like Taylor Swift to me. I'm not going to lie. That totally looks like Taylor Swift. But again, as a Marvel Rivals player, these do not look anything like the counterparts in Marvel Rivals. Nothing. Both of these do not look anywhere close to what they look like in Rivals. So understandably, people are kind of upset about this. However, we don't know if there's a secondary style, maybe a cel-shaded style that does look a little more accurate to Marvel Rivals. However, I have to mention here, there is no Marvel Rivals logo anywhere. And why does that matter? Well, let me show you the Doom 2099 skin that was a collab with Rivals and Fortnite. You can clearly see the Marvel Rivals logo was involved in this image. And that's why it looked perfectly translated from Rivals to Fortnite. So knowing this, and knowing also that Marvel Rivals has not even referenced this at all, and trust me, they would have, because they lay out a roadmap. Like, we already have the season 6.5 to season 7 roadmap laid out, and it mentions nothing about this. That leads me to conclude that this is not a Marvel Rivals collaboration. Instead, it's just a Marvel collaboration. And when you take that into consideration, it makes more sense why they look so scuffed, I guess. So here's the comic version of Luna Snow. Check this out. Now, when you compare that to the Fortnite one, it looks a little better. I mean, that's the look they were going for. That's why it doesn't look like the Marvel Rivals Luna Snow. This is the comic version of Luna Snow. Likewise, let's pull up the Magik comic. So she looks completely different right here than she does in Marvel Rivals. However, this looks pretty close to the Fortnite one that got leaked. So it's got to be 100% confirmed at this point that this is a Marvel-only collaboration. It is not a Marvel Rivals collab. So I know that is going to be super disappointing for a lot of people, especially if you're a fan of Marvel Rivals like I am. Those characters, to me, just look better, probably because we're more used to seeing them. I'll be completely honest, I have never seen a Marvel comic with Luna Snow or Magik, ever. I had no idea who either of them even were before Marvel Rivals, and I think that's probably true for a majority of people, and why a lot of people are actually upset about this. But Marvel Rivals never said anything about this collab. That was the data miners that did that. And I think it's just because they didn't look too closely at it. They just saw it was Luna Snow and Magik in the files, and they automatically assumed, hey, that's got to be a Marvel Rivals collab. It's not just going to be Marvel. Why would it just be Marvel? Those are two prominent characters from Rivals. So knowing that, it does make sense why they leaked that it was going to be a Marvel Rivals collaboration. And I'm sure some of you actually are a fan of the Marvel comics and did know Luna Snow and did know Magik and are quite impressed with the translation that they did for Fortnite, or that we're going to get. But I still maintain that a majority of people are probably upset about this just because they're familiar with the Marvel Rivals versions. So that's why you always got to take things with a grain of salt, because you never know what's really going to come out. And again, we don't know if these have secondary styles either. These could be just the first style. The second style may look like Marvel Rivals. I don't know. But again, the fact that Rivals themselves has not mentioned this collab even once or hinted at it, leads me to believe that this is not a Rivals collab. With that said, I truly hope we do get some more Rivals stuff in Fortnite, because Doom 2099 was amazing. And as mentioned, I'm such a fan of Marvel Rivals. I will take any character. In particular, I want to see Jeff the Landshark translated to Fortnite, probably as a sidekick. But any of the characters in Rivals would work perfectly in Fortnite. Now, my main characters in Rivals, by the way, are Angela, which I think would be brilliant for Fortnite. Loki, which we already have in Fortnite, and I've been playing a ton of Deadpool, but we have him in Fortnite as well. I would love to see Cloak and Dagger in Fortnite. That would be great. I think Elsa Bloodstone would be a pretty cool translation. In fact, now that I think about it, we have a lot of Rivals characters in Fortnite. Okay, so obviously Groot. We got Spider-Man, not the Miles Morales one. Moon Knight, Thing, Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman. I forgot we got Torch. We got Bucky, Iron Man, obviously Deadpool, we got Wolverine, we got Magneto, there's Loki, there's Hulk, there's Hela. Oh yeah, I forgot we got Mantis too. So sadly we don't have Drax in Rivals yet. We got Thor, we got Doctor Strange, no Prowler. Oh yeah, Scarlet Witch is in Fortnite, there's Rogue. Here's Gambit. Of course, the real Spider-Man. No Thanos yet. Oh, Black Panther. Blade, Black Widow, Storm. Oh, there's the real Venom right there. Captain America, Psylocke, and Star-Lord. So tons of Rivals characters are already in Fortnite. I can't believe how many there are. But again, all these are the Marvel-inspired ones, not the Marvel Rivals ones. The only Marvel Rivals character we have is Doom 2099, and it looks like it's going to stay that way even after Luna Snow and Magik. So if you see people raging on your timeline about this, just take note, it does not appear to be an official Marvel Rivals collaboration. It just appears to be a Marvel collab. Bummer. And again, we don't know for sure when they're coming out, but it may be tonight, February 14th. We'll just have to wait and see. So there you go. That's all there is to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like as always, appreciate it. And don't forget to use my Support-A-Creator code, which is tabortime.